Sick.
You do.
Yes, people, welcome to another episode of Weighed In. This is the show where we weigh in on who's getting weighed in. Myself, Stevo The Madman, Savage Dan. Today is a different show.
Yep.
We're going to be physical. You're going to be telling us how you think AJ beats Ruiz.
Yep.
We're also going to be speaking to Josh Denzel, who's over in Saudi Arabia, spying on AJ. And we're going to see what we done when we went over to LA for the KSI Logan fight. So, yeah.
First though, we're going to do a quick news run.
Okay.
It's going to be 20 seconds. I'm just going to go through some flash points. And let me know what you think. And you ask me what I think. All right. Dillian White says that Derek Chisora can beat Alexander Usyk. And if he does, it would mean White versus Chisora 3. Fight's rumoured for February 8th. Do you want to see that fight?
I don't want to see
that.
that.
Can he beat Chisora?
Yeah, I think Usyk will win that. But one thing I know, Chisora will touch him. And I mean, when I say touch him, I mean he's going to give him some damage, probably the most damage he's ever had in his career.
Although it would be entertaining because Chisora is going to bring the fire, Usyk will still win. Is that our 20 seconds? We're up. Okay. Next one. Okay. It's you.
Next story. Callum Smith has pretty much called out either Canelo Alvarez or Billy Joe Saunders. Callum Smith fought John Ryder on the weekend. Probably his toughest, well, I know it was his toughest fight because he said it was his toughest fight. Who do you think he should fight next then?
I think he should fight, I would love to see him fight Canelo. I didn't see anything in his last fight with John Ryder that suggests he can beat Canelo. Just because I think John Ryder is very skilled, very good, and he did enough for me to win that fight.
Pretty controversial.
It was close.
Do you think Smith deserves the Canelo fight?
Yeah, he's a champion. He's at 168. Okay. Canelo's fighting every champion. He's got something he wants. Fight him. Carl Frampton beat Tyler McCreary to win a WBO super featherweight title shot. That's his first fight in a year.
Since he bust his hand, I watched the fight. Bruv, he was wicked from start to finish.
He's back to where he needs to be after the Josh Warrington loss.
The levels were just so much different, you know what I mean? But he done what he needed to do. He got the rounds here, man. Big up him.
I think he beats Jamel Herring. I think he could do that. It's a tough one. Fighting Josh Warrington's always going to be tough because he has such mad amounts of energy that it's always going to be a war. But yeah, I think he looked good as well.
Do you think he still has the Josh Warrington loss in his head?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Maybe. Okay. We won't know. We won't know until they're in the ring together again. That's the beauty of it.
He's not a YouTuber no more, I can tell you that. So, Mayweather has announced he's coming back. Everyone got excited because they thought it could be Canelo and Mayweather.
Yeah.
But he's coming back to do MMA. 2 MMA fights. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's going to happen, to be totally honest.
What, the MMA fights?
Yeah, I just don't. He'll beat up some kids and get 10 million.
Do you think he's good enough to come back and beat Canelo if he does?
I don't think
they'll ever.
I don't think you can do that in boxing. Disappear for a few years.
Mayweather.
That guy's gained so much momentum. If anyone can, Mayweather can. But we're talking about someone who's just won a light heavyweight title.
Exactly,
now. It's a bit different.
Cool. Well, that was the weighed-in news. But right now, we're going to go over to Saudi Arabia, where Josh Denzel is at the public workout with the future 2-time heavyweight champ, AJ. Take it over, Josh.
It's Josh Denzel here in Riyadh during fight week. Josh, you've been in the ring, you know what I mean, showing a little snippet of what you've been learning since June.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's only right that we talk to you. We start off. First of all, how are you feeling?
Good. Even though that ring's kind of small, I feel like I could compete in that ring, you know, because you learn about ring generalship and stuff like that. So the great thing is that I feel comfortable when I step in the ring. Like most people feel comfortable just walking to work and on their phone and stuff. I've got to feel comfortable when I get into the ring, and I felt really good. So it's a good start.
Saudi, it's not Sheffield, it's not Finchley.
Yeah.
How are you finding kind of being away from home? How are you settling in?
So from when I started as an amateur, we done a lot of travelling. So I've done a lot of travelling as an amateur, and it's just kind of rolled over into the pro game. I know I started off my career in London and stuff. I think that was the smartest thing to do after the Olympics. But I feel like boxing's international. This is the World Heavyweight Championship of the world. So let's take it to the world, and this was a great opportunity. It's neutral grounds. I think it's a blessing for the up-and-coming fighters as well.
No doubt.
That are going to be travelling around, fighting on different cards and stuff like that. So it's good for their experience to be travelling as well.
People don't really realise you're a bit of a road warrior. Like last 4 fights have been in all in different places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got Cardiff, we got London, we got New York, now Saudi. Like, how does that make you feel? Do you think you get enough credit for that?
I never look for that credit.
Nah?
Nah. I just think when it's all said and done, I think then I'll be able to talk about all of this stuff, and not credit, it's more I'll be able to give people an understanding of what it takes and what I've been through and how they can relate. So more so than credit, right now I'm just building up my logbook of memories. Yeah, man.
I think since New York, it's been a bit of like an us against the world mentality. I feel like Bonnie and Clyde business.
Trust me. Who are you? Bonnie?
Well, I've got to fight if I have to be. But like, what do you have to say to those people that kind of have maybe been talking a little bit too much in the media and of course on social media, because we know they love to chat?
What can I say? Like, you got to be committed. You have to be committed to something, right? And sometimes talent isn't enough. You know, you have to be really committed and indulge yourself and throw yourself at something. And even though like I took my loss and people then want to write you off, I was down and out before I started boxing. I've been in this position, so no one can talk to me about commitment and what it feels like. I know how to deal with this pressure. I know how to deal with reversing a bad outcome and how to turn a negative into a positive. So I just feel like to the winners who haven't experienced this, keep on going in that direction, because life is always about staying on track. But if you do take a dip in life, I feel like you can learn from me and know how to brush it off, come back. And that's when I tell you, after my career, it's not so much credit I'm looking for, but it'll be about the experiences, about my struggle rather than my success. And that's what's really engaging people, is when you can share your struggles.
New York it felt a bit like a party atmosphere, even from being there, being around it. It felt good, you know, you walked out, it was
I
like...
think you turned everywhere into a party.
I try. It was like, yeah. What are we going to see from you coming out now? Is it going to be just, it's that Mike Tyson-esque black shorts, no music? What are we feeling?
I always wear the white shorts in honour of like Muhammad Ali and some of my favourite athletes. I love Mike Tyson, he's my favourite fighter, but we're so different in terms of build and structure, so I don't ever want to try and mimic him in terms of style of fighting. Other than that, I don't know, in terms of music, what can I say? I think we might do a poll and put it out to Twitter. I think it's always good to get people involved because they're watching it. So yeah, if you have any suggestion of music and ring walk stuff, I'm not too fussed anymore about that stuff. Yeah, I'll just come out to silence because it's just a fight now. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not really too fussed, but if anyone has any suggestions and stuff like that, definitely leave them in the comment box or put it on Twitter and we'll definitely acknowledge it.
Last one, trim, no trim, what are we doing?
What's the people saying?
Yeah, I know a couple of girls that might say you need a little shave up.
You know what it is? I think the girls want to massage and grease my scalp, so I'm not really complaining.
Alright, do you know what?
That's why you keep your hands up as well.
That's you know what I mean?
Grease that scalp for you and all that. You know what I mean? Listening to some Erykah Badu and
always.
Right now, fight time.
Come on.
Appreciate
you guys.
Right, so now you're going to show me exactly what you think, what you know AJ's going to do to beat Andy Ruiz, right?
Cool, got it.
Okay, so first of all though, how many times have you watched this fight back? Because I know you've been sort of obsessing about this fight.
I've watched this fight probably around 50 times.
Swear down.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Near to 50 anyway.
What stands out for you in that fight that he needs to change for the next fight?
All right, there's a few things, but in a way, it's more complicated than, I'm gonna have to show you. So I'm gonna have to show you physically. I'm gonna make you Ruiz, yeah? Stands, he's around your height.
He's not that, he's a bit slimmer now.
His left hand's nice and high. Cool. And what Ruiz does is he bobs, everything's quite small. So as he comes forward, little slips, little off slips, just in case AJ, who is you right now,
so I'm AJ.
Jab. Right now you're AJ. And he does all of this so that if the jab comes, he's bam and he's in business. What AJ needs to do, so now I'm going to put you back as Ruiz, someone who's plodding forward. I think what AJ needs to be doing is throwing a couple of feints, which we didn't see any of in the last fight, but a couple of those feints will just offset Ruiz's timing, and then when you do go with a jab, You either double it up, because 2 is a lot harder to counter. Sorry.
You know, only a little
That's
kick
it,
on
yeah.
the chin will knock me out.
But if you go with a feint and then 2, it's just so much harder to time and then counter. It's something I've noticed about Ruiz for years. He's always fought big fighters, and he always gets rid of them.
AJ's slimmed down a lot.
Yeah.
So is Ruiz.
A little bit.
A little
yeah.
bit. What would that help with?
Well,
obviously it makes you quicker, more elusive.
I'm guessing AJ wants to take, not necessarily the back foot, but he wants to keep Ruiz as a 6'1" fighter down there. So what AJ was doing and has been doing for his last few fights is when he fights smaller fighters, he tends to come down here sometimes and become 6'3" or 6'2" rather than being 6'6". I think we are going to get a crazy fight like that, but AJ has to make this a lot easier for himself by making sure he keeps Ruiz at the end of that jab, which means you can't just throw singles.
So what will his feet movement be like? Meaning, so you got Ruiz, he's bobbing and weaving.
Yeah.
How does he get? He needs to get on. Will he get on the inside?
Well, who, AJ?
Yeah.
I don't think AJ wants to be on the inside. I mean, think about it. So if we come closer here and we just start going at it in the blender, all of a sudden it's 50-50. It's 50-50. And really, if I'm all the way out here and I can touch you, but you're all the way out there, and you can't, it just makes it a bit more of a longer fight. And I think that way, you can kind of break someone's heart a little bit and then walk them onto something. Eventually, after feeling like you're miles away, you're gonna try and rush in with something, which is when you can catch someone on their way.
Is Ruiz known for that though?
No, Ruiz is known to be patient. This is for me, it is a genuine 50-50 fight. Once he's in here, once Ruiz is in this position, he's a nightmare because he doesn't throw one shot. He throws combos. It's combos. Yeah. So you've got to stop him getting inside that space where your front hand's now gone.
And that's the jab.
That's the jab. So you've got to keep him either on the end of it or feint it and make him worry more about what you're doing.
I love standing like a boxer.
It's good. Yeah, it's not bad. You've got the good legs.
What's phase 2 then?
So for example, that's your first objective. If I'm AJ, knowing what I know about Ruiz, because you fought him already, I know I can't let him inside my jab. So I would want him on the end of it and I'd want him thinking a lot. I mean, if I went like that, you react.
He was ready though.
And yeah, he was ready. But yeah, you have to react. All I want is that. And then you have to kind of work out what reaction that was. Like, did he, when I go to make the move, does he try to slip off to the right? Does he try to get down under?
Give me 3 feints and then a 4th one. Where am I going? I'm not just want to literally.
All right, cool.
I don't know when.
But you know I'm gonna feint.
Well, I don't know. I do know. Hey, see? Okay.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Okay. Even I know where I'm going.
So I know.
I just keep going
you
back.
just go back in a straight line.
Head up as well.
So I know. Just shoot the right hand straight down the pipe, and that's it. You'll find him. You've got to be able to work out his almost involuntary reactions to what you're doing, and then think of what is next. So if I'm feinting and you're trying to do that, I might want to sweep a right hand round because I notice that you're always trying to go that way, but you think I'm coming around this way, I might want to sweep something around. So it's just about in-ring adjustment. So it does have to be smart, but he's still AJ. Yeah. And he's a big, powerful specimen. And if he does hit you, you're in big trouble.
Will he still have that power?
Yeah, I think so. He said that he's taken off a lot of weight, but it's weight he didn't need and weight that was
slowing him down. So that's the offensive side of the game for AJ. Say Ruiz does get inside.
Yeah.
How does AJ?
Well, to be honest, that was offensive, but it's not. It was kind of using your offense as your defense. That's just figuring out and just kind of trying to nullify what Ruiz wants to do. That's not even your offense yet. At some point, this fight is gonna go off. It is, and Ruiz is gonna get inside, and it will probably become a little bit of a trading match at some point in this fight. It has to. But what I've seen from AJ in the build-up, I've seen him on pads, I've seen him in his training, where he got caught with the left hand in the first fight, the right hand was on the chin. Now I'm seeing him throw left hooks in training, and the right hand is high on the head. High, really almost overprotected, but making sure that everything is really protected.
So he's waiting, he's thinking of that left.
Which means that when it does go off and Ruiz gets in and he does want to go there, that's Ruiz with his short hands. You haven't really, once he's here, you haven't got to worry about straight shots. You've got to worry about everything around the sides, which means the hands have to be up, which is what I think AJ has been working towards. Keep relaxed. That's it. AJ, it's a weird one because we know AJ's fights are very tense and very like they're almost quite emotional. Yeah. But he has to remain, once he's in here, as long as his hands are up nice and high, and he can see what's going on.
Will he won't be coming that wide though, Ruiz, will he?
He will, of course. But as long as you can see, it means that even when one does get through.
Are you throwing it, man?
Bang. Oh, good block. So I'm saying, as long as you can see and you're relaxed, it's there. He has to make sure that the food's ripe this time. If you do get him hurt, go after him, but keep a we know someone who's alive even when he's hurt. It's typical of Mexican fighters.
Yes.
They are hurt, but they are alive somehow, and they are still throwing back, and they can hurt you very easily.
There's a lot of stuff that AJ needs to think about. Is this every fight that fighters need to think that much, or is Ruiz bringing him such a problem?
When Ruiz was the replacement for Jarrell Miller, a lot of people didn't know who Ruiz was, but I knew immediately this is a harder fight, stylistically. With Jarrell Miller, you have to be tough and willing to go through a bit of fire, but stylistically, his skill set's not anything special. You just got to be able to walk through a little bit of the trenches and before you get to him. Whereas with Ruiz, it's a lot more boxing than you realise, and if you're not ready for someone like that, he's confident all the time in that ring. You can tell he's been in there since he's 6 years old. So when he gets in there, he's not really too worried. You're going to have to hit him really hard to hurt him. Otherwise, he's not worried. He doesn't get impatient. He doesn't really look for knockouts. He believes he can win on points as well as a knockout. So,
if you're Rob McCracken, which you're not,
yeah.
If you was, what would your game plan be? Like, give me the game plan condensed.
My game plan condensed would be get to the middle of the ring before Ruiz gets to the middle of the ring. That's first 3 seconds. That's my first thing is I don't want to circle too much. You can start circling and then before you know it, it looks a little bit negative. So even if you are taking steps back, it has to be half steps.
Can I cut in there? What it looks like and what it is, ain't that been a problem for AJ?
Well, it's been a problem for a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
Judges, look at some people going back and they say, oh yeah, like he's really cool-headed. The other judge will look at the guy coming forward and be like, oh, he's got massive ring presence.
The crowd. I mean, AJ don't want to look like he's defensive.
I think this fight, AJ needs to completely forget about the crowd. This is a difficult fight and more difficult than most of the crowd are ever going to realize. He needs to find the easiest way to win this fight. There's no point winning this in the hardest possible fashion if you can make it quite easy. He's got physical attributes over him. Keep him long until he makes a mistake. 36 minutes, he will make one. Wait till he makes it, and then, mean your jabs. And these are big heavyweight fighters. If you feint and then you mean a jab and you really crack him with a jab, that's hurt him. All right, cool. I've got the range. 1-2. It just has to be a laser. And AJ's 1-2 is wonderful.
Amazing. Yeah.
If you are in this pocket, I think you can get Ruiz, but you've got to counter him perfectly. So I'm not sure how comfy AJ's got in the pocket, but once you're here, you feel something up here. If you feel something up here,
bang there. See that though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
it's still hurt though. Bloody hell.
It's this, but you see what I'm saying? You want to be able to catch and shoot with the same hand because it gets rid of that hand.
I hear you.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You throw a right hand round here, I come down here, but at least once I throw that there, I'm back here. I haven't got to worry about this hand. He just threw it, I just blocked it. I've now got to worry about this one. There's so many options at every point of a fight, and you've just got to make the correct decisions for that moment. And he'll feel them, he'll know them, he'll be here, he'll be next to Ruiz, he'll feel his heart, he'll hear how heavy he's breathing. Is he feeling this as hard as me? You're fighting a boxer, and there's only 2 ways to fight a boxer. You either go out there and try and literally decapitate him, and that leaves you open to shots coming back, or you can try and nullify a boxer, which is harder in many ways, but he has the attributes to do it. He's fast, he's fit, he's big, he's strong, so if you can keep him there, but still make him really worry about walking onto something, Ruiz is gonna come in with just as many doubts. I hope AJ does it. I see how he can. I think he will, if that makes sense, but I wouldn't, if I bet on it, I wouldn't be surprised if I lost my money. I haven't seen one of these for a long time, like a genuine 50-50. Not one that's, these are good fighters, but I'm leaning a genuine 50-50.
You got me worried, man.
Yeah.
You got me worried.
Yeah. But all reports from the AJ camp is that he is flying.
Thank you for that.
Hey!
Always don't hit me back.
That was a low blow, you know?
I know that was your...
Did that hurt you?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
What was that, the hip?
With the abs.
No, it's not. So that was pretty serious. You was taking it serious, winded me, hurt my wrist. But obviously last month we went over to LA for the not so serious, with all due respect, KSI versus Logan Paul. Number 2, this is our vlog.
Oh, it's a beautiful sight.
It's not bad. You've seen better.
The thing is, you've seen better?
Yeah.
The thing is, I thought I was here to fight, Spinksy.
You are?
Yeah? Yeah. Because I don't feel fit. We're meant to run the hill.
Forget the hill, that's the old methods.
We've got an Uber.
Which is the new methods.
It's the new method. It's efficient. It's efficient.
How you feeling, man?
I'm alright. So who are we fighting? How are we fighting?
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to gate crash the press conference. Yeah? I'm going to announce that I want my fighter to fight anyone from YouTube.
The press conference has already happened.
Yeah.
That's alright. No, we'll catch the post-fight.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But the fight's done by then. So
we'll get you the next fight.
I'm going
to speak to Eddie. Trust me, man. You don't trust me enough, bro. Let's watch the view that you like.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Oh my god! Stop screaming! Oh, wait! Who's that?
It's me!
My Achilles is gonna go, mate. Wait, move! I have never seen a leaf this big.
That's not real. This
I see leaves like this.
Yeah, but bro, this is it. This has been injected. I'm sure of it.
This from Jurassic Park.
Come, bro.
Wait. I'm not sure which set of lights we're meant to be looking at, but we can't jaywalk. Yeah.
It's not even real, man.
I know. I think we can go now.
Yeah?
Let's go. Is that where we're going to up there?
I hope not, but I can't do it, bro.
So we just find a different route. That's downhill.
Bro, look how steep that is. Why? Who would build this like this, bro?
Look at it from here.
And this is why I like the Romans. They would never have built a road this steep, bro.
Sometimes you gotta leave a hill to just be a hill and not build a road on it.
Yeah.
The thing about LA is, if you're not careful, you'll do your flipping Achilles. Mine's begun. What you doing? Your hammy?
Bro, everything. Hammy, hip. I can't do it.
You get Uber.
Is it Los Angeles or Los Angeles?
I think it depends on. I'm gonna go these.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you enjoyed about Los Angeles?
I'm loving it. I'm tired. You tired?
No.
We've been there for a day and a bit.
It's a lot of walking, a lot of
walking. One thing that has disappointed me is, I'm not sure if you can see from here, but they obviously, I think they're doing maintenance on the Hollywood side.
Lollywood. Lollywood.
Ah.
Whatever. Yeah. Whatever. We've come out here for obviously a great spectacle, Logan Paul, KSI. But I think you beat both of them. And that's why I've come out here to gate crash the press conference.
I beat them both in the same night.
Well, that's greedy.
Probably in the same ring. You don't believe?
I don't know. I think we should separate the fights, get more money.
Unless we fight them both. Me and you versus Logan Paul and KSI.
I'll be honest, my knee at the moment.
And the Achilles.
Is blown out. Yes. Take a picture, please. This is, you know who he is, isn't it?
Do you know who he is?
Yes.
Who?
Yeah, the original TV series of Superman.
I don't think he did. I'm going to get the picture. Oh yeah, do the Superman.
Well, that was very silly.
Yeah, it was.
But I did see Clark Kent, the little statue of Clark Kent. Yeah, Superman.
Well, the thing is, I didn't tell you at the time because we were all on a high, but that wasn't Superman.
Well, the statue.
That
When I thought you let me do the pose and that.
That wasn't him. Yeah. No.
But there was loads of people there.
That's why I let you do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, people, we are still looking for a fight for our Dan. We want to get him involved in the whole...
A big money fight, though, not just any fight.
Well, we say money, it's subscribers. We want someone with 1 million plus subscribers.
There we go.
He would take on anyone.
Yeah.
This is my guy, by the way. Yeah. But as always, if you've enjoyed the show, please rate it, subscribe, like, comment, all of that. I've been Stevo The Madman. This has been Savage Dan.
What, you just...
I thought you didn't hit me. I thought you didn't hit me.
No, come on.
Okay.